handles, never had one. With a bad one, made the meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. So here is the punter, Matt Bosher, to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Set. Ten over. Tight dog. Go. Check 37. Ready?
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
They do not score, fellas. They do not score.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
I got it. Switch. He's coming. Double up.
Hey, lock it. Leo.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Switch.
Yo.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Door.
Watch now.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
15.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now.
36-yard line.
53 for Mike.
Pilot, 64. Weak. Yo. Go. Under crunch. Let's go.
From the 36, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
He can't hang. He's not getting.
Squeeze. You're out.
Wide. Get wide.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsay. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on fourth down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam off. Fair. Keep gripping.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Get the ball. 54's Mike. Check. Watch. 5.
Throwing his lock on third down. And he's going to go down again. Dante Fowler, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that top deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Check. 51, Tom. Get up. Blue 80, center.
On second down, Ryan. Complete. Richardson has it. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 21-yard line.
Mike, 45. It's a party now. It's a party now. Ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Ready, blue 80. Like 25.
53, Mike. Coming to you, coming to you.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. I got you, punk.
3rd and goal, Gurley. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. This is the tight end fan.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Break. 53. Mike. Give it up.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
You ran into a brick wall, baby. You ran into a brick wall, baby.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Lock going to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Here's Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Here around the NFL.
Hey, South.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
45 the mic.
Clock will try again on second down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Orbit. 45. Mike, 45.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taken right on the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run. It's Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
20. Hey, wait. Hey.
On first down, Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Richardson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Ready, blue 80, right 25. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Here's Ryan to throw. It's caught. Jones. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was
Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too, and just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. They go for just one here as it's up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, South. We got motion. Back up. 53.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
45's the mic. Hey, tighten down. Hey, check. Jim, get up.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a draw play for Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
59, ready. Mike 25.
53, Mike 53. Here we go. Slam. 25.
Hey, Strickland. 5, 25 tonight.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike 25. Wait. Gun.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go. Check.
Ready to go.
To throw on third down. Ryan. Jones has it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
On first down, it's Gurley. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch the screen. Check.
Gurley again here on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Let's go. 45.
Now Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Breon Body Calhoun, a sack coming off the corner blitz. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Next to score, Falcons 23, Broncos 17.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Check. Here we go. Check.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, Tuesday.
Here's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, watch it. Lock it. Check three. Ready?
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. They gonna need some therapy after this. Under 10. Slam. Leo. Let's go.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Rolling to his right. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsey, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And the blitz does come. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys as we'll get the football back.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up second and 2.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
22 jet bomber.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Ready. Ready. Hey, watch them. Hey, 59, ready. Base. Check 24.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
Ready. Back 25.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Atlanta, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the 3 now.